What up, everyone? Good morning. Welcome to the Blue Gamer Bluecast Morning Show. I'm your host, Adam Blue, 30-plus year video game enthusiast, industry analyst, and today I'm multitasking as I am saying the intro because I remembered something else that I can pull up that we could share. So hope everyone's had a good weekend. Hopefully you got some good game playing in as well as some good outside time. Outside time is always good, and the weather was really good this weekend, really good. So, like, for instance, if you wanted to play games that wanted to be outside, you can go outside with your handheld. That's what they're for, right? But no, it was cool just being out. I still have a little bit of that back pain, hip pain that's still here. It should be going away soon, but it stopped me from doing my normal walks that I would do, long walks. So that's kind of annoying. But tried to make up for it just by being outside around the house. Yeah, but I did get some good game playing in. So let me pull up some stuff here real quick. First of all, this is what I'll talk about first. You guys know I'm a big fan of the Fly Digi controllers like that Vader 4 Pro. If you remember that controller, well, they came out with a Vader Pro 5 or Vader 5 Pro. Vader 4. Anyway, and but you know, it's like, man, the controller I have is pretty good. And the new one is cool, but it's 80. And it's like, man, that's really hard. Especially, you know, the controller will work on anything but Xbox. Just because, you know, that's one of those interesting things where, Microsoft has its own proprietary thing. But the Xbox controllers have Bluetooth. So if you buy an Xbox controller, you can use it anywhere. It's just interesting how not any controller can work on an Xbox. But so FlyDigi created a special specifically for Xbox controller. Actually, that's a thumbstick of mine that I have on there. This is the FlyDigi Vader 5S. Because it's not wireless like the main one, it's wired. And I don't mind at all. I mean, if I'm playing at my PC, I can play wired. I haven't played on my Xbox wired, though, even though it comes with a huge, long cable, so I'll be able to do it. Anyway, this controller definitely is an upgrade from the Vader 4 Pro. The Vader 5 Pro, it's the way they've optimized how good a controller can feel in your hands, and this has nailed it. So I like being able to adjust the thumbstick tension on the fly with the rings that are on here. And somehow they made it on this version easier to do that than the previous version. It's like I could really dial it in with one thumb, unless it was just my unit. But with the previous one, I had to like use both fingers to dial it in. So I'm telling you guys, if you're really looking for a high-end controller, FlyDigi, I think, makes the best. They are the best. What's really cool is up at the top, there's extra like buttons by the triggers. You know, there's the buttons on the back where they have the 2 instead of the 4, but on the top it also has, which, yeah, you can press it when you need to. It's a really good idea. I would love to see Microsoft really should partner with them and make these standard for a new Xbox or something. I don't know. But also, I love the transparent thumbstick grip. I've learned, and I've talked about it on this channel before, I've learned over time that having that raised grip on the right really, really helps with the aiming. But, all right, let's talk about what I've been playing. Let me change the screen. So, this is going to be very interesting. One, I spent 2 hours and 13 minutes with Daemon X Machina. I know, if you remember, I played the demo on here. I played the demo on PC and Xbox, played it more on Xbox, because what happens is once you get the main game, your demo progress carries over. I didn't get that far on PC, apparently, so I wasn't, but that was fine. Like, I wanted to approach this with a specific perspective recently, since I've jumped more into these action JRPGs. you know? I've realized there's a lot of similarities. There's like a baseline formula that it's not just a JRPG, but it's in gaming in general. I don't know how much of it is intentional design. I don't know how much of it is just the culmination of what people tend to enjoy in games. But I can play Demon X Machina, Visions of Mana, Xenoblade, Breath of the Wild, um, and they're all pretty much the same thing to different degrees, but it's about exploring and then whatever the combat system is. And I really like Demon X Machina. It's actually really fun. I don't. There's not too much more to say about it though, because it's still very basic in everything I'm doing. It's just that it's fun to do it. I mean, even the open world, it's pretty basic. You'll get to a place where then you unlock the fast travel. Uh, you'll run into just groups of enemies that you could just take down and then loot. Like it's there's nothing unique about it, and I think that's why most people aren't talking about it. But it feels good, and if you're someone that really wants a cool mecha or Iron Man or something that was like Anthem, that the flight system in this is amazing. I think that's what's very fun about it. So Demon X Machina is really cool, but I can understand why it didn't take off or get bigger when it came out. And it's very different from the first one. First one's okay. That's more mech-like, but not open world. All right, Visions of Mana, just wanted to play some more. This is a very straightforward and easy game, so it's like you never get stuck necessarily. Maybe some of the bosses are a little more action-oriented and probably are a little more difficult, and you can die. But you're going to just keep going. And that's why I've easily got 6 hours over this was like 2 weekends. I don't think I played it as much last weekend, but it was like the weekend before, something like that, where I really heavily got into it, and then I stopped for a little bit. Because again, it's open world to a degree. Just there's this exploration, you run into enemies, you fight the enemies using its combat system, move on. I think if I was going to say, so Daemon X Machina excels at its flight combat, or flight in general. Visions of Mana excels at the visuals. Like, it's not like the graphics are amazing, but the art design and the fidelity to showcase the art design, I think, is some of the best. That's not like the Trails in the Sky where it's like I'm straight up looking at an anime. It's almost like Visions of Mana has its own unique art style, video game art style, and it really shines through. Another cool thing is that it's Xbox Play Anywhere, so I can play on the TV on the Xbox or on the PC. So, and then playing some more Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Just doing the missions I have left to do. It's a lot of stuff, a lot of content. Okay, I played a little bit of John Carpenter's Toxic Commando demo, and I enjoyed what I played. It was a very straightforward style FPS, not something where there's like specific mechanics to do this or that, with, glory kills or something. It was really straightforward, and I think I enjoyed that concept because you were moving at a relative pace, considering there's like the downtime to refuel your vehicle. Some of the vehicle stuff I was doing was pretty fun. And it seemed like it worked perfectly fine as a single-player game. So I could see myself playing this just to go through in single-player, even though it's made to be 4-player co-op, Was there anything else about it? It's just... So, especially on PC, and it could be my PC, but I don't have this problem with everything, the load times were pretty crazy. Like, almost, actually, the last loading screen that I was waiting for, I remember that's when I just Alt F4. I was like, I played enough, I'll Alt F4. I shouldn't have to do that, but it's pretty crazy sometimes. I don't know if it's from being an Unreal game or not, but let's see. Then there's Valfaris Mecha Therion. It's just a side-scrolling shooter I'd never played. I'd had it forever, decided to jump in. And then the Zol Space Mech Wars. So if you guys remember, I played a demo of this, and on Gundam Explained. This is a very fun game, so I bought the full version, only $15. Got a little further into it. I think I'm on the next level or so. Yeah, what was it? because one level I had to like defend a cruiser, something like that. Okay, and then the Ni no Kuni 2. So this is interesting. I never thought I would play any of the Ni no Kuni games, but again, this is related to the idea of trying out these JRPGs, especially like kind of these open world action ones, just to really see how similar there is a through line. And it is exactly the same with Ni no Kuni 2. It's open world. You have a party. It has real-time combat, which is interesting. It's done in like zones or what do you call it? Sequences. You run into the enemy and then you're in a battle arena, right? That you fight in. But it's real-time combat and it's really cool. So yeah, I played 2 hours, 27 minutes. Again, like it's very similar to Visions of Mana, where there's big exploration zones, but then you're constantly moving forward to a new area that looks cool, and it has real-time combat. The combat in Ni no Kuni 2 is real-time. So it has been interesting jumping into these various JRPGs and really discovering, and maybe it's just the modern take on them, is they're really just kind of a convergence of a ton of different gameplay mechanics that I think consciously as gamers we all kind of fall into, and I think open world is just one of those. But hey, let me go to chat. I haven't checked chat. Ultronomus, morning. GMKillX, Midnight Hatter. How do you feel about the retro controller that have the right stick as a round joystick like a fight stick? Let's see. I think I've seen those before, like the what is that brand called? Or not the brand, but the Hori. Is it Hori? Hori Fight Stick Gamepad. Maybe no. No, I'll have to find that later. But that does remind me that. Oh wait, is this it? Yeah, where it has the little nub on the right. I think that's what you're talking about. It's like the fighting controller because it has the the 6 face buttons. I have the Street Fighter version of this. But anyway, Jim Killex, I never had a chance to try Ni no Kuni 2. You know what? It might be worth trying. It has no connection to the first game at all. And get this, you start the game as the president of the United States in a limo, driving down a bridge. And then a missile attacks the city. You get caught in the shockwave as you're laying there as the president. You disappear and then you reappear in this world where the king is this little boy with cat ears. That is the story. I was shocked and I was like, okay, I'm down for this. It's pretty crazy. I might show that off here in a little bit. Okay. Let's jump into some news, but I don't think there's too much that's too interesting. PS5 getting interesting new console exclusive action game, Flesh and Wire. Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. Interesting. Didn't this happen recently too, where PlayStation got an exclusive like action game, and it really wasn't that great? There's very minimal stuff shown here, so we'll see. We'll see. Okay, yeah, developed by Running with Scissors. Let me look them up because I want to say it sounds familiar. Yeah, Postal. Okay. That makes sense then why this game would look the way it does. So it could have some charm. Maybe we'll keep an eye out for it. Oh, yeah, GepEX. That's right. I think I covered that. I forget what day. But yeah, I can't wait for this. Is that really the title of it on Steam? That's weird. But yeah, this oh, there we go. Yeah, this looks cool. Like, there's so much about it. Not only the graphics, but the animation. Apparently, there was like 2,000 frames of animation or something. I don't know if they took 8,000 hand-drawn frames. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, this is something. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna want to play. That's a good call out. All right. So Resident Evil Requiem has come out. People have been playing it. I've been catching up with what people have been saying over the weekend. People are loving the game. There's people that are like, this isn't the best, but it's a lot of fun. And that's pretty cool. I'm really interested in trying it. The interesting thing for me with this Resident Evil compared to the others is there didn't seem to be some grounding gimmick to it. I remember 6, 5 was just, hey, more of 4, but co-op. And then 6 was doubling down on all that. And then 7, it was going back to the roots, right? Yeah, 7 but in first person, like the survival horror stuff. And then 8, I think it was the big lady that was supposed to be the gimmick, but I couldn't even get through 8. I played the beginning of it, and just got bored. This, it's maybe the trade-off of the two characters. I mean, people like Leon, we see this picture's like Leon on a motorcycle in the air. I mean, if that's in this game, that's pretty cool. Anyway, I guess what they're saying here too is the game of the year from last year, Clear Obscure, had been sitting at this sort of Metacritic that Resident Evil is. I don't know if that's necessarily a determining factor. Like, you could say, well, if this is the case, then most likely this will be. I would be interested to figure out if there's a relationship to if something gets a real high Metacritic score, most likely it's going to be Game of the Year. It's pretty interesting. Okay. And will I play Resident Evil Requiem? I think so. But I want to play Silent Hill F. It's just survival horror games. To me, I like them. It's like horror movies for me too nowadays. It's like they don't do what they used to do for me. That's why I like how the Resident Evil games want a little more action. I just don't get scared as much anymore. And that was, I just remember when Doom 3 came out, and that was scary, and I would turn off the lights, have headphones on, play Doom 3. But then that went away. It's just over time, video game graphics, I understand what I'm seeing. All right, so upcoming game releases for March 2026. It was just interesting that in February there wasn't really anything too interesting. I wanted to play that Proud Nordics, but I didn't want to just spend $70 right off the bat on a game that I wasn't too sure with. Like, for instance, Visions of Mana is on Game Pass. That Ni no Kuni 2 was on sale for $9. That other one, Demon X Machina, was on sale for $23. So it's like, again, I talk about this here a lot. It's like I can spend brand new $70 on a game that I want to try, or I could buy a bunch of games cheaper that I want to try. It really depends on the game. Like, for instance, the Scott Pilgrim EX that comes out March 3rd. I mean, that's not going to be a $70 game, but that's also something I would buy right away. So that's tomorrow. So I don't know if you guys played the first one, loved it, but it had some problems, and it looks like as they made future games, they knew what the issues were, so they might have taken care of that. Now, I remember they did a whole discussion around it when they talked about beat-em-ups, action beat-em-ups, like when you're fighting a character and you're knocking them down, you don't want them down on the ground too long and slow the game down. And so they learned that with, games they've come out with since. Wait, demo, that's right. I heard a demo, I keep forgetting to download it. I'm going to do it right now. Okay, whatever. Let's see what else. Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered. That seems cool. I'd probably pass. And then, finally Steam is launching. I guess I didn't have it launched. Okay, moving down here. Nevergrave, Planet of Lana, Pokemon Pokopia, I don't know. I don't think this is something I'm going to play, but apparently it's got really good reviews. I don't know. Oh, Slade Spire 2, Heart of the Machine, Mirage 7, Lost. Let's see. Timberborn. It sounds like anything that could be out. Wow. So interesting. It's just the name just makes it so hard to understand. Okay. Monster Hunter Stories 3, Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War. Again, this isn't a $70 game, but I would definitely buy this day one if you guys saw me doing the demo. So, for sure, Scott Pilgrim, Starship Troopers Ultimate. Good, that gives enough time so I can replenish my video game budget based on, when I get paid. Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War, Crimson Desert. Really, really, really want to play this. Wow, so Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War is also going to be on Switch 2. That might be a good Switch 2 title because the graphics don't require a whole lot. And I think that's about... Wait, they have this Legacy of Kain Ascendance? Have I not been paying attention? Oh, yeah, I remember this. It's on my wish list. Yeah, that could actually be cool. We'll see. Okay, okay, there's a... Wow. Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered. Is this being made... Yeah, it's an Unreal Engine 5 remake. So are they using the new Dynasty Warriors Origins before? Okay, that might be... I mean, I still need to play through Origins. And then I just saw this Death Stranding 2 on the beach because I want to play the second one. Anyway, curious what you guys think. There's a lot going on. A lot. Okay, what I want to do is show you guys that Ni no Kuni 2, just to see how interesting it is. And I am going to plug in and use the wired Vader 5 Pro, because it is awesome. Okay, let me do this, and this. And yeah, we don't have too much more time, so I'll just kind of jump in, show just how it looks, how it feels. I forget where I am exactly. Let's see. I am also waiting for the AC guy to show up. Our AC is messed up, and we want to get it fixed before summer. Just random comment. All right. Okay, I know. Oh, I gotta turn it on. That's right, I gotta plug it in and turn it on. Oh, come on. Okay, for some reason the controller's not working. You know how it is with life. Okay. Let it load. Wow, yeah, I cannot use the control. Is it because I turned it on at the wrong time? I don't... Wait. Is it telling me to go here? Anyway, just to kind of show, like, look at the graphics. Look at how cool that looks. I mean, this looks really good. This looks like an anime, like an animation. But that's it. It's just the characters. The world around is very video gamey. Man, too bad. Oh, okay. Trip. Here, I'll show you guys this. Here's like the open world, I guess you could say. Oh, we can't leave the area I'm in. I wanted to show you guys some of the... Well, yeah, let's see. Let's go in here, even though I'm using mouse and keyboard. Never thought I would do that. Oh, yeah, I remember being here, and I was like, nope. So this is where you get to more of a Zelda-like puzzle. I do not think I'm going to spend time on that. And then it's to get to the other side. I don't know. Yeah, very interesting that... Hold on, I'm going to try something. With my controller? No, okay, mostly playable with your controller. This game supports your controller, but you are currently remapping it via Steam input. Oh, interesting. Is that what's going on with this? I don't know what I just did. Let's try this again. That is really weird that it would do that. Doing it in Trump's voice, that would be hilarious. Yeah, because even in Ni no Kuni, like, even though there's voice acting, there's a lot of times where there's not voice acting. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Oh, wrong button, because there is no run. And there are little characters in this that are just like the Koroks from Zelda. They're like the... What are they called? The Kimono or Komodo from Neo? Anyway, so what's interesting is here is what, like, the open world looks like. And you can actually... So here it is. This game has a whole open world. And you see how it kind of has some linearity to it, right? But when you're in the open world, it looks like this. I don't think there's anyone I can fight here. Tripdoor map. Is it because we're on these things? Yeah, sure, let's go back. You know, it's interesting sometimes when playing a game and then you want to... Oh yeah, here we go. Here's another look. Like, look at how cool this looks. Now, the world itself, it's not like the art direction's crazy, but if you look at the characters, if you look at, like, the view, like, it's designed so well and it feels really good to play. I keep clicking in the left stick to run and that just pulls up whatever that was. Anyway, can I do action here? No. Where can I go? Wait. Oh, let's do that. I want to show you guys real quick before I go what the combat looks like. So, here again, in the open world, you can kind of see how big it is here. And then it's like, okay, I'll just walk to that. And then it brings you to the sort of setup you were in before. I usually play as the president. This isn't the president. But yeah, you just kind of go in and... I have magic. And you have these little dudes that help you out. And that's it. It's actually pretty fun. But anyway, that's about it. Just wanted to show you guys, you know, this journey of playing through these JRPGs and how I'm learning a lot of how very similar they are, and they really are just... I think it's rooted in storytelling, and at the end of the day, they're all pretty different. But the same. But different. But same. I don't know. Alright, guys, I'm going to head out. That was a lot of fun. I will be back tomorrow on the Gundam Explained channel, so I'll have the morning show there. Yeah, talk to you guys later. See you.